everyone. It's me, MrGamingGuitarist, and I think maybe last week or a few days ago, I'm not sure when it was, I missed out on this, and I don't know why I missed out on it, because I shouldn't have, because I'm really excited for this game. But Game Informer put up some gameplay of Mafia 3. They visited the developers of Mafia 3, Hangar 12, Hangar 13. One of them is a Megadeth song. The other one is the developer of Mafia 3, or maybe they're both called Hangar number. But anyways, so the first thing I noticed was that the amount of likes and dislikes on this gameplay video is split in half. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on here? Is this just a bunch of fanboy elitism saying, it's not Vito, it's not the Italian mob from Mafia 2, therefore this game shouldn't exist. Because the thing is, I actually like that they're heading in a completely different direction. That's what makes it feel fresh and new. I mean, for fuck's sake, we wait, 5-6 years for the next game in the series, and you just want it to be the same fucking thing all over again? What? Did you want GTA 5 to be Liberty City all over again, just like in GTA 4? Did you want Nico all over again? Is that what you wanted? So don't fucking complain. Jesus. And anyways, I like that it's in New Orleans, or their version of it. So anyways, that's enough of my rant. I'm just gonna watch the video and then see if my thoughts change.
Game team starts building a big project like this, you want to have your own space. You know, you don't want to be, well, this is this version of something else, or, well, this is like that other thing that came out a few years ago. You want to be, no, people are going to find this game hard to compare in a number of different ways, and we want that.
I think the time and place and the character can't be understated. The fact that you're playing in our version of New Orleans in 1968, you're a mixed race protagonist who's just back from Vietnam, I feel provides an incredibly unique experience.
Given that he's mixed race and it's the late 60s in the Deep South, obviously we're going to explore some of those issues in the game as well. So I think that that's really going to make it stand
there
out.
It is.
We're trying to capture everything that we do, whether that's your
Although
police system,
the mini map on the bottom right
walking
corner
down
looks
the street,
almost exactly like GTA 5's.
An experience should remind you that you're this character at this time in American history in this city. He's a member of the Black Mob, and the Italian Mob and the Black Mob have kind of allied together. And ultimately, Lincoln and the Black Mob are betrayed by the Italian Mob. So Lincoln's really put on this kind of revenge path, but in the process, he dedicates himself to not just tearing down the Italian Mob, but also rebuilding a new mob in its place. And depending on how the player plays the game, that could be a new version or a new incarnation of the Italian Mob. It can also look very different.
The way in which you can tackle the objectives in the game is incredibly open. It really is a feeling of kind of slowly chipping away at and taking over kind of one hideout, one district at a time.
You're really going to be focused on taking over the city and taking down Sal Marcano, who's the big Italian mob boss. And you'll be doing that by damaging his various rackets, we call them in the game. A lot of it comes back to this idea of, in the mob, it's all about kicking up. If you make it hard for the guy running a construction company to kick up to his boss, well, it's hard for him to kick up to his boss, and then all the way up the chain, and then it all rolls downhill. And eventually they panic and they make a mistake. So a lot of it is going into the world and how do I mess up this racket or disrupt this racket enough that they're going to make a mistake and they're going to give me an opening to take somebody down and then take over the racket for my own. It's very liberating in a lot of ways and gives the player a lot of choice, while still having a strong central through line so you never feel lost.
And then on top of that, the way in which you're assigning all of the territory out that you're taking to these key lieutenants, that you've got these 3 lieutenants, is going to change the narrative as well. The way that they start reacting to you will change, and it's very, very organic. So rather than it just being about branching narrative, it's about this sort of uneasy alliance and the balance of power kind of shifting around depending on what you as the player choose to do.
You'll discover hey, I never really invested much in Burke. One of my lieutenants, Burke, in the last playthrough. I want to go out back and see what does Burke have to offer, and how does the game change if I if I really devote more time to Burke versus Vito or Cassandra.
Definitely in terms of the three lieutenants, their reactions to you and how that all plays out, it's going to be very different. Matter of life and death. I'm not saying.
My ideal scenario is they come out of it and they're like, man, I can't wait to tell my buddy about playing that, and I can't wait to talk to my buddy who's been playing it and find out what his experience was like and compare notes. I hope people are uploading videos of awesome stuff they do in the game. We'll give you a lot of tools in the game, and the creativity of the players far exceeds our ability to, predict what they're going to do, right? And maybe that's game breaking, and maybe they do stuff that but whatever, more power to them. That's awesome.
I think this is going to be a really unique game, and it's very easy for us to sit there and say that, and we've really just
I like what I'm
initial
seeing
showing,
so
but as we show
far.
more, I really think people are
I
going
don't
to see
understand
why the setting, the character,
it's
the
50-50 likes and dislikes.
Is phenomenal.
I just don't understand it. This
and
looks
then
good.
expanding that to kind of the game structure.
There is a lot
of uniqueness there, and we are hopefully going to be able to showcase most of it before we actually release the game.
Okay, so. Yeah, everything I saw there, based on from the likes and dislikes of this one video. At the time I'm watching this has 144,659 views, 638 likes, and 415 dislikes. And I just don't get it. I don't. And here's the thing, I'm not going to see, the thing is, quite a while ago, I stopped reading internet comments completely. The only times I ever read YouTube comments is only if someone leaves a comment on one of my videos. And, if it's an asshole, I just simply block them. But if it's someone that actually has something to say about the actual topic of the video, then I will have a discussion with them in the comments, the way it should be. But, so I don't want to read the comments in this video because more often than not, there's a 95% chance it's all cynical fanboys. Notice how I say fanboys in quotation, because if they were a fan of the game, they wouldn't act like entitled pricks, which is the impression I'm getting alone just from looking at the ratio of likes to dislikes. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this game. And I mean, seriously, I'm looking forward to this. I don't get it. I loved Mafia 2. I bought that game on day one. I loved every second of it. So I don't understand all the hate that's being put online for Mafia 3. I'm looking forward to it. That's all I can say. I mean, what else could you possibly want more of? I mean, so what if it's not an open world? It's not supposed to be an open world game. It's not really an open world. They give you the impression of an open world to serve the story when you're going from location to location to driving, just like the way the gangster movies are. That's the non-open open world is there to serve. It's there to serve the narrative, and that's the thing. It feels like most people that play narrative that it seems like games that aren't open world and games that are only linear seem to get shit on more and more, but the thing is, why not? Why can't they coexist? Not every game has to be exactly like everything else. That would just make it boring. Why shouldn't we have variety? That's the end of my soapbox. I'm rambling on for way too long. But anyways, so those are my thoughts on the perception I'm getting from how the internet reacts to Mafia 3. And I saw the first gameplay footage of it, and it seems promising so far. So anyways, that's all I have to say. I'll see you next time. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me already, so don't miss out on future videos from me. You can also follow me on Hitbox when I live stream, and you can also support me on Patreon. I would appreciate it if you did. Those links are in the description below, as they always are, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.